Lord, this is the first thing he said. He had to recognize who he was. You see, there's levels. There is levels in our life when we know that it's God speaking to us. You see, it's not about what you think. The church today is in the place to where it's... I don't really know whether God said that or not. If you reason it just a few minutes, you'll reason God out of the situation. It's all about knowing the voice of God. Peter, they could not recognize him until he spoke. But when he spoke, Peter recognized that voice and didn't reason. The others were scared. They feared. But Peter said, Lord, if that's you, then tell me to come on. Peter didn't say, Lord, if that's you, and I know you're God and only you can walk on water. Peter said, listen, Lord, if that's you, bring me to another dimension. Mike, if we could get a hold of this. If we could get a hold of this. God, if that was you speaking, then I know that you're God, but bring me into that dimension of God to where everything, regardless, when I go to the beach, they think I'm crazy because I get out there trying to walk on the water. I do, Mike, every time I go. I've not quite made it to that level. But it don't stop me from trying because there's a dimension there. If God says, Mike, come here, then you'll see me, you'll probably read of me on in the papers. This idiot is walking across. Why? Because I believe that he is that big. Amen. I believe there is a dimension in God that can only be attained through faith. Right. Only be attained through faith. That's the reason we saw the cancer fall off of that girl's leg up in West Virginia, because Mike, I was preaching right here and I saw her silhouette while I was preaching, and I told the church. I said, there's a girl that I see that's going to be healed when we go. She's dying. Never seen her before. I couldn't see her face, but I saw her black hair and her dark hair and silhouette. And I was up there ministering. And at the end, she come up and I said, I've seen you before. She said, I've never seen you. I told her, I said, but I've seen you. I said, I know nothing about you, but you're dying. She said, yes, I am. They've given me 2 months. I said, not anymore. Can you hear what I'm telling you right now? A dimension of faith, a God dimension that holds no boundaries, Mike. Holds no boundaries. You see, it doesn't matter where you're at. It's just a dimension of faith that will bring you to a level that fear does not have control of you. I've heard so many people tell me, well, how can you say things like that? What if it don't come true? What if it does? I'm not in that level of can't. I'm not in that. I don't operate in that level of fear. I operate in a level of faith, which is a dimension of God. It's the only way that we can see miracles. The church had some people laugh a short while ago because of the vision that God gave me for this church. Because after he gave me the vision, and in about a year or so, some people started leaving. Well, there's just no way possible. I said, you're not understanding. I ain't looking at people. God gave me this vision. Now, you tell me that he ain't got enough money to carry this out. I'm sorry, but I just won't agree with you. You see, you tell me that in that realm that defies gravity and defies even the elements, that he's not able. You'll see me preaching in the Philippines, Mike, and 6 other countries before long. If you go down there, I'll be on TV preaching in the next year or so. Say, oh, that's bold. No, that's just a level that I operate in. That's a level that you've got to operate in. Do we have the money? Not a chance. But I don't operate in that level. You see, I didn't even have the doors open to me until this last year. I checked on it up here and it was going to be $10,000 a month. Well, after they got a hold of me and I didn't get a hold of them, they want me down there for $125 a month. Now that's a long step. That's 50 million people every time we're on down there. And did I do anything? I didn't do nothing. I don't even know those people. But they know me. So that's really all that matters. It's not always that how much you know God, but that He knows you. You see, He's able to do some things just because He knows you. There is a dimension of faith. I love this. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. Do you honestly think that it's going to be easy? Can I tell you right now, when you step out in a place with God that is out of the norm, that it's going to be easy? Do you not see? Because in that place, you have authority and power over the winds and waves. Do you not understand that the winds and waves are going to raise themselves before you get in that place? Because this is where the church has misses it, and we miss it in our lives so much. I've seen so many people. God told me this. I know it was God. I understand. And then all of a sudden, when things start going the other way, because the winds and waves get up, about the middle of the sea, the winds and waves get up, and they said, I must have missed it. Undoubtedly I didn't hear God. Peter said, if it's you, Lord, bid me to come. I don't care how big the waves are. Can you listen to what I'm talking about this morning? There's a place of faith that nothing can move in fear. Perfect love casteth out fear. In a dimension of faith as such,